What's good, guys? I'm Jon the Chief, and for this video, it's going to be on my Invincible build and gear setup. Now, a lot of you guys were asking, why does it look like I take no damage even though I play on survival difficulty in Fallout 4? And as you can see, there's about 8 people hitting me with all they got. There's 7 raiders shooting at me, and there's that one raider veteran that's hitting me with his axe, and it looks like I take no damage whatsoever. The reason for this is because of the perks and the armor that I like to use. I like to use a specific set of armor that is called Sentinel armor. What this does is that for each piece of Sentinel armor that you have on, it reduces the damage while you're standing still by 15%. Now, if you have multiple pieces of that armor stacked, it keeps adding up. It's not multiplied together. So what will happen is that if you have 5 pieces of it on you, it's reducing the damage you take by 75%. You're taking a quarter of what normal damage is supposed to be dealing to you. Then you combine the weapon that I hold, which is a Sentinel weapon, and that will make the damage that is done to you to 90% reduction, which means that they're dealing 10% of the damage that they normally do to you. Now, to show the difference between Sentinel armor and maxed out X01 Power Armor Mark 6, which is the highest defense power armor in the game, I'm going to use that and then compare it to using a full suit of Sentinel armor, shooting myself with the same weapon, an explosive shotgun that's maxed out. Now, when I use the power armor and shoot myself, it takes over half my health away. It does roughly about 60% of my health in damage. Now, when I use a full suit of Sentinel armor, you can see it does about 10% of my health per shot, which makes it so that the actual damage that I'm taking is 1/5 of what I'm taking when I wear X01 power armor. What I personally do with my armors is that I use 3 pieces of upper body Sentinel armor, while my 2 leg pieces vary. So what they could be is either Sprinter armor, which is my preference because that boosts your movement speed for traveling across the map, which I do that. I run around the map a lot, so I like to use Sprinter armor a lot. I also have Assassin's gear for specifically humans. I have Ghoul Slayer gear, Mutant Slayer gear. Basically all the gear that is specific to a certain type of enemy is also extremely useful because it will add on to the 15% from Sentinel armor. It is not multiplied separately to my knowledge. The drops, though, for these gear is completely random. You need to farm legendaries in order to get them. I recommend taking my legendary farming strategy because you can do a bunch of legendaries without having to save and quit. You're actually trying to gather up a lot of them, as many as you can, because you do need a lot of legendary armor pieces. What you're going to want for the actual special stats is you're going to need 10 endurance, and then the rest of the special stats are what you want that is required for these perks right here. So, for the perks that I specifically find necessary for this setup is Lone Wanderer Rank 2, which reduces the damage that you take when you do not have a companion by 30%. Next up is Life Giver, because that gives you more health and some health regeneration. Toughness, because that gives you more damage resistance, which is really valuable. Ghoulish, because when you take radiation damage, you'll heal yourself, so certain enemies, when they attack you, it'll actually be healing you instead of hurting you that much, which is really valuable. Solar powered, which while you're under the sun, you get more health, you have health regeneration, and also you get your radiation removed while you're in the sun. So that's actually an amazing perk, but you do need 10 endurance for that. Not completely necessary, but it can be useful at times, and it is rooted, which allows us so when you're standing still, which will be what you do when you're in defense, is that you gain more damage resistance. It's about 50 damage resistance. And then if you have it at rank 3, melee opponents will be disarmed when they attack you, which can be extremely useful. The last perk, which is completely optional, I like it because I play on survival difficulty, and what it does is so medic, and that allows you to get all your health back when you use a stim pack and removes all radiation when you use a Radaway, which is extremely useful because it also increases the rate at which you regenerate health when you use a stim pack. And if you stand still with all the Sentinel armor and everything equipped, you'll actually be regenerating health from just one stim pack faster than anything in the game can hurt you, unless it's just 5 enemies all using Fat Mans, but you never come across that. So basically, you're just going to be regenerating health so fast that nothing can kill you, as long as you're standing still. So the way this actual build setup works is that the second you're like below half health, you stop moving, and then you pop a stim pack, and then all you have to do is just shoot standing still. You're just going to be healing rapidly, faster than anything can hurt you. Even if it's a bunch of death claws swarming at you, rad scorpions, anything, you're going to be healing faster than they can deal out damage. The only weakness to this build is Queen Fireworks and anything that can poison you, because they deal damage over time, which that does a lot of small amount of damage, which damage reduction will not be affecting that because they do a minimum of 1 damage. So even with all the damage reduction in the world, it will not stop a Queen Firework or any poison from killing you that much slower. Anyways, that's it really for the build setup. This is why I haven't been really dying in survival difficulty, why it's been a breeze for me. But anyways, hope all of you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And have a great day, guys.